What's up, everyone? It's KK. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming wipe, which is scheduled for April. But while that's coming up, we need to prepare for that because you don't want to be entering the next wipe the same way you entered this one, all right? You want to be more prepared and you want to go in there strong and sharp, all right? So let's talk about ways you can prepare for the next upcoming wipe. Now, if you don't know what a wipe is, basically they're going to reset all of your progress in the game back to zero. You lose everything, but they're going to implement a tremendous amount of new systems, new mechanics, new gear, weapons, content, all of that. So the game may not even be the same as it is now. It may be completely different, all right? And these are some changes that we're going to be looking forward to because they're going to be changing the way this game is played entirely. Now, the very first thing you need to do is learn the maps, all right? You need to go in training mode, go into all these maps now and learn where everything is at, learn where all the locations are at, all right? Because especially when you start doing these quests, these tasks, and you go into these raids, you don't want to be confused about where you're going at all, right? Map knowledge is always key when it comes to an extraction shooter. You want to make sure you're going to all the places you have never been before, check them out, look around, learn the layout of the docks building down here or so, or learn the layout of the factory, learn the ins and outs, all right? It's going to help you dramatically when the next wipe comes around, especially if you're doing it constantly beforehand so it's fresh in your mind. Then as soon as that wipe starts up, boom, it's like nothing ever happened, all right? You're back in there, like, it's gonna be good for you. Now, since we're coming towards the end of the wipe here, one thing you want to make sure you're doing is PvPing everywhere you can, all right? Fight in the areas of the map where you never go, all right? If you hear shots somewhere, go ahead and chase it, all right? Take those fights, get the experience. That's something that's going to help you a lot early wipe, especially when you have these guns and weapons that aren't that kitted. You're not able to do as much as you were able to do, end wipe. So at the very early wipe stages, it's going to be a struggle, but if you have experience PvPing in certain areas of the map, it becomes a lot easier for you, even if you only have, just a red dot on your weapon and that's it, Now, the next thing you need to focus on is figuring out what works for you, all right? Now, there's so many ways you can kit out your weapon, and I'm sure when the new wipe comes out, there's going to be plenty more attachments and rails and weapons and ways to customize your weapon. So right now, you need to figure out what you're comfortable with playing right now, all right? When it comes to even your pouch layout, right now, this is experimental even for me. I'm experimenting with different things and trying to figure out which way is more comfortable for me to pull out my hills or pull out my nades, or how do I want my weapon if I'm going to be going short range. Okay, maybe I put my scope to the front here, scope here, or maybe I want to switch it up and put my scope to the back side instead or so, so there's different things you can do, different ways you can play the game, and it's all about going into the raid as comfortable as possible. Trust me, one thing that I've done in this game the most is sit around and just think, how can I go into a raid and have a kit that makes me feel like I can take on any player in any situation, all right? Now, there's plenty of ways to do that. This isn't the video for that. Maybe we can get into that another time, but make sure you're going into your raids comfortable, all right? So take the time now to do that, so when the wipe does start, you're already situated and you know what you're doing. Now, this one applies to me and any player that is like me, that is heavily into PvP but does not focus on their tasks, all right? One thing you need to do towards the end of this wipe is keep on doing your task progression, all right? Doing these now is going to help you so much in the future, because when it comes to the next wipe, you're going to be able to get right back to where you were the last wipe so much quicker, just because you already know how to complete those tasks. You're going to be able to go into a raid and do multiple tasks in one raid because you have so much knowledge, all right? It's not going to be like, okay, one task done, let me go ahead and get out of here. It's going to be like, okay, I got this task done, I know this one is right over here, let me go ahead and knock this one out too, all right? And yes, I'm guilty of not tasking in this game because I am heavily PvP focused, but of course that's going to have to change as they update this game and add new things in there. I'm definitely going to have to acquire them, but I felt like level 3 was fine for me right now, which it's been pretty fine for me, all right? And last but not least, now is the time to use your best gear, right? Pull out all the stuff you've been saving, or even use your worst gear. Get experience, all right? Get experience doing everything and anything. Now, maybe there might be a wipe event coming up soon, so those players who don't have, good gear, maybe you'll have chances to access the best gear in the game. I'm not sure if they do that. I have no idea what will happen, but it's very possible. But right now is the time to get the experience, all right? Go on the raid with the best stuff you can, understand how everything works, and get that experience. All right, but that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully this video inspired you to go out into the game and just experience more, do more, play the game, and understand, all right? So that's going to be it for this video. If you like this video anyway, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the comment section if you have any tips for anyone else. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content, and I will catch you guys later.